You had your chance and then you blew it.
That is the most absurd statement of the year.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, baby.
I'm in my zone, I'm feeling it.
Live from West St. Paul Studios, it's time for MinneZona Sports Live with DJ Matty C and Paul the Shield Vold.
And this is MinneZona Sports Live. We are back, yes! Episode. Oh, wait, no, that's not right. What is it? Oh, yeah. 6th annual MinneZona Super Bowl special. Yes. 6 years we've been doing this. Last year was 5. We had a great time, but now we are on to 6. Yes, 6 for the Super Bowl special. So without further ado, I'm your host, DJ Matty C, a.k.a. Matt Callahan, a.k.a. Callie, a.k.a. Matty C, etc., 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 and all the way in St. Cloud, Minnesota at Granite City Studios, Paul Vold, the Shield. What's going on there, Shield?
You know, this is the 6th time that we're doing this show, and I feel like maybe all but the first one, we really kept things kind of close to the vest a little bit on who we were going to be picking, what we're going to be deciding. But this year, of all the years, well, we're throwing all caution out the window, as you can clearly see on me, behind me, through me as well. There's no hiding the fact that the Patriots are in the Super Bowl, and that's who I'm going to be picking. So we're going to go ahead and throw that out the window right then and there. But we'll get into more further detail as we develop here into the show.
Yes, indeed. And it's going to be a fun Super Bowl. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. Voldy obviously is, because it's been a while since his Patriots have been in the Super Bowl, as the Seahawks too. So, new teams, no Mahomes, no Taylor Swift, no Eagles, unfortunately for my my relatives in New Jersey, Philadelphia, that whole deal. But yeah, it's time. It's Super Bowl Sunday. We're looking forward to it. You guys know, before the game starts, you guys have the opportunity to get your predictions in for the game. We have a doc or form on our social media pages, and you guys can fill it out, put your name And who do you think's going to win? And the closest one to the score, or gets the exact score, and the team who wins right. Voldy, what can they win per se? Can you tell the zoners?
So you are going to win a hat. That's the big thing. So if it so happens to be that the Seahawks win, Seahawks colors on your MinneZona Sports Live hat. And it just so happens to be if the Patriots win, you get a Patriots colored hat as well. Just so happens to be love when a plan comes together. Of course, the original purpose was, Twins and or Minnesota Timberwolves as well. But it just so happens to be that both these hats are the teams being represented in the big game coming up here in just less than 4 hours. So that works out pretty well. So all you got to do is just who you think is going to win, what the final score is, and depending on who does win and who ends up getting it right, we'll get the corresponding winning team colors hat.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, we are looking forward to it. Hell yeah is right, Chris Farley. And Voldy, we usually on this show, we've had some guests come on. This time around, we actually recorded a little segment that we did with our guy, Matt Fowler. Yes, since the Super Bowl is in San Francisco, Super Bowl 60. We wanted to catch up with Matt, see what's going on. Unfortunately, his Niners aren't in the Super Bowl, but we did get to talk to him and a special guest, Ben Aberg. Yes, he joined us as well.
Yeah,
a lot
fan.
to talk about. I believe BA is the nickname that you guys were giving him. So we talked about how it's going there. I mean, he's live. He was there in San Fran. Still currently is too. So we talked with him, and then after that, guys, we're doing over-under, like we always do on this show, over-under of some of the stuff, and whoever gets the most right there, we will shout you out too. And then Voldy, this or that, Voldy's got it with the Super Bowl edition of this or that. And then you guys know the deal. It is our prediction segment. It has a lot of luster. These past few years, every prediction, we've been like throwing curveballs left and right. I doubt Voldy's going to be throwing a curveball tonight, or today, I should say, not tonight.
We'll see.
But you never know. Crazier things have happened here on this show, as we all know. So, without further ado, enjoy this little tidbit of me and Paul and Matt and Ben talking about Super Bowl 60. So we'll be back in a little bit, and we'll get going with over-under. See ya.
All right, so we are here with our annual Super Bowl special, and we have a returning guest, as we always do the last few years, our Super Bowl insider. He is boots on the ground in Santa Clara, San Francisco, Bay Area, a Bay Area legend, if you will, himself. Matt Fowler is back to join us. Fowler, how's it going?
Hey, this is a surreal moment. It's a surreal experience right now. This is not something for the faint at heart. Don't do it. As Tiger King once said, I'm never going to financially recover from this. Don't do it. It's amazing. The atmosphere is amazing. We're getting out of here to the stadium in a short while, and we're going to soak it all in.
Oh, absolutely. I certainly would too. So we're not going to hold you too long beyond, of course, our conversation here before you get out to the stadium to soak it all in. But first, we gotta address the elephant in the room here. You got your Niners gear on here too. What happened? San Francisco 49ers. It was looking good. I would imagine one word and one word only. It's being injuries, and just kind of all came to then. Kind of give us a quick little synopsis. What happened here with the Niners to get them a chance? Of course, they had a chance for the 1 seed, but ultimately this wasn't quite enough for them.
They did have a chance for the 1 seed. It's funny, your word that would describe that would be injuries, which would not be inaccurate. My word that would describe that would be 4 letters and not appropriate for me to say right now. So, but that both of those things is what happened. It's just, I mean, you lose George Kittle. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You lose George Kittle. Literally, it's whoever the 49ers are facing versus an MRI. It's Seattle versus an MRI.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's Philadelphia Eagles versus an MRI. Which, by the way, thank you, Kevin Petula, for running like Madden plays for the for the wild card game.
Huge. That was clutch.
What the hell are you doing? Just hey, let's just have four dudes run down the field, and while we are going up against the seven that dropped, that's going to work out well for us.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But and I'll tell you, it's funny. I went over to Hawaii a few weeks ago, and so I did it specifically in conjunction with NFL Wildcard because I wanted that 8 a.m. football feel, man. 8 a.m. playoff football. You
Hell
ever done
yes.
that?
Hell yes. Yes, sir.
so it was cool. We for the playoff game for the Philadelphia game, we all got together and it was a good time. For the Seahawks game the week after, it was pretty funny. I'm all hyped up, and then like 4 seconds into the game, they get the run back for the touchdown, and I'm just like, well, this season's been great.
Yep.
It's yeah, and I mean, I'm sure, Paul, you've had your share of that with the Vikings too. So
Yes, we have.
it happens. But yeah, I mean, injuries. But I'll tell you, it's one of those things where I'm gonna be so sad if Purdy doesn't end up getting a Super Bowl. Um, it's just built there. It's there to do it. And if Kyle Shanahan can get out of his own freaking way, um, they'll probably pull it off.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just a matter of, I mean, with the NFL, nobody knows, and that's why your buddy is the GOAT there, because nobody else has 7 rings, because
It's true.
football is not built for dynasties. It's just not.
Right.
Um,
No.
so anyway, but yeah, that's my synopsis on the 49ers.
All right. And of course, we got to talk about the matchup here. Patriots Seahawks part 2. With this matchup, what are we looking at here with this overall? I mean, which offense versus defense? Where do we see here as kind of the big plays here that draw the most interest for you specifically?
Well, for me, I mean, as long as it aligns with what I just put with my wallet, then we're good. Um,
That's another
but
thing we'll talk about too.
yeah. But I think, I mean, it's the defenses. It's the defenses.
Mhm.
It's both have amazing,
Yeah.
amazing defenses. I'd be a whole lot richer if New England had won by more than 3 at Denver, but they still did win. um, and
When's a win?
and it was that was the craziest snowstorm I've ever seen. By the way,
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, it was.
I've seen snow games. That was nuts, dude.
That was
That
nuts.
was nuts. I mean, it was sunny for the first quarter, and then halftime rolled around, and you're just like, okay, so God just decided to say snow now. That's essentially what
Well, the
happened.
Patriots are, and they're all icy white, so they're just
Right.
blending into the field.
Yeah. Something tells me the GOAT would have preferred to maybe be there just for the nostalgia as opposed to the Seahawks game. Although the Seahawks Rams game was pretty good though. So all right, everybody,
Uh,
I have a brief appearance to
where is
show
he?
here on the show, ladies
Where
and
is
gentlemen.
he?
Oh,
There he
there I
is,
am.
Big B.
Hey.
And he's got the shirt on.
Hey, yes.
That's our guy right there. Ben Aberg,
How the
everybody.
hell? Dude, I have been more of a frequent guest on this show than he has. How the hell do I not have a shirt yet?
Just send me your address. We'll get you taken care of.
Yeah. Voldy's got the shirts. We'll get them to you.
Yeah, I got stuff out here like crazy. My wife said we'll be happy just to get rid of half the stuff. So
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God. So,
man, but,
yeah. We were sitting at In-N-Out Burger. True story. Sitting at In-N-Out Burger 2 days ago, and I had said kind of my go-to saying was like the chances that we go to the Super Bowl, it's not high, but it's also not zero. Um, and kid you not, this is what happened. Um, we borrowed Dave Benz's American Express card. That
of course.
actually happened.
Yep, I like it.
And because he has his Tickscape, by the way. Tickscape is a new website. It's a ticket broker website. I'm going to plug it. Sorry, not sorry. It's his website. It's live now. And he told me, he said, my mission in life is to sell one pair of Super Bowl tickets for the weekend. And I was like, okay, well, we can do that. You just need to give me your Platinum Amex and not ask questions. To which he did. So
There's
make
a
no
lot of trust
mistake,
in
we're
old
paying
Dave
for it.
Benz.
But it's definitely it was a coordinated effort. It took like 17 hours because
Oh wow.
well, I dude,
That's insane. Yeah.
it's well, no, it's so funny because all the security and everything, Dave Benz. I mean, I'm like, bro, I'm pretty sure the charge is going to go through, but
Yeah, I bet.
but it's just like but the funny thing was is that and it was his own it's his own ticket site, and they're
Yep.
like, are you sure? And it's like, yeah. Like, I had him three-way on the call with me. Like, yes, we're trying to buy tickets. Just approve the damn purchase and shut up. Give me the goddamn tickets.
Oh man, talk about not financially recovering. Okay, we got it. How much we talking here? Where are we sitting? Are we front row 50-yard line, or are we up in the nosebleeds where we're going to be worried about low
Mama's
flying
not going to
planes?
see this.
Well, no, mom is not going to see it. No, we are technically in the nosebleeds, although you know me,
Okay.
Paul, and we're not actually going
Yeah.
to sit there.
Well, of course.
Yeah, right.
don't-
Yeah.
So we actually ran into some very nice looking females that work for the Seahawks that we're going to get drinks with later.
Okay.
And they gave us some information as to how to get the seats changed, and so I'm gonna do my best to get us down to the 50-yard line. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
Hey, I like that. I like that. It's not about what you know. It's all about who you know. And
That's
Fowler
right.
knows a lot of people. We talked about it earlier.
do.
You talked about not financially recovering. Of course, maybe you got a few irons in the fire here. How many bets we looking at? What are you hedging your lifeline here with Super Bowl Sunday?
Okay. Well, being that we're in San Francisco, I went to the Castro district, did some things that I'm not proud of, and now I got a lot of money to be able to, put some bets down. So,
Mm-hmm.
no, just kidding. One bet, and I did it. I adjusted. I usually don't do alternate spreads. I adjusted it because I think this is going to be a close game. So what I did was I got the alternate spread. I got the Patriots winning by 3 or more than
Okay.
3,
Mm-hmm.
which obviously they are a 4-point underdog. So if you're having them win by more than 3, you're getting a really good odds for your money there. And then I combined that with the under because defense, So I'm saying, I'll even take the push if it's 2017. Patriots. I'll take that because I'll still make some money. But um, 13-23 or 23-13 Patriots. That's
All right.
that's what I'm thinking.
I like that.
Uh,
Kind of nullifies one of our rapid fire
Great
questions
cash,
here
homie.
too. Let's bring BA here into just kind of
Yeah,
scoot the
yeah.
camera over a little bit. BA, how are we enjoying the Super Bowl week experience? How long you been out on the West Coast?
So I flew out on Friday, and of course we
Okay.
had our in and outs, which we decided,
have to.
we're gonna get this done. And but yeah, went to Alcatraz yesterday. Had all kinds of great stuff. Nice show, So enjoying the time. Just when we took the Uber past Oracle Park, I was like, 5 days from now, pitchers and catchers are working out. So
That's right.
I got
Yeah.
that on my mind too, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people
We
have
were,
already
you know,
shifted focus.
We thought about just breaking into Oracle Park and not even going to the game. That was the thing that we thought about doing. But
Yeah.
There you go.
because Ben, all Ben does is talk about baseball, which is not a bad thing.
Yes, he
So there
does.
you go.
Yeah, there are worse things
Might
to
have to
talk
ask
about.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I hear you
Maryland
on
or
that here. No, you guys got an Uber to catch here in a few minutes, so we'll get you out here. BA, we're going to ask you a few questions as well here, rapid
Oh, no.
fire style. We've got some great stuff. Matt Fowler as well. Best and worst thing about Super Bowl being, of course, Matt, it's going to be in your neck of the woods. What's been the best and worst thing about this little Super Bowl 60 fun and festivities?
Prices at things.
Yeah, I bet.
What's been the worst thing
I was
so
looking
far,
online.
Fowler?
What's that?
What's that?
I was just gonna say, Fowler, what's been that was the worst thing. What's been the best thing so far about?
Well, just the atmosphere and hanging out and talking to different people and walking around and it's always fun. I mean, this past week I actually I went to the Q&A Night of Champions where it was Chris Berman and the rest of the 1989 San Francisco 49ers talking about the Super Bowl. He did the fastest 3 minutes with the highlights from the Super Bowl live. That was pretty cool.
That's
I met Joe Montana, the second goat. I was able to say hi to him. So
nice.
yeah, it's just really fun to have it here. I tried like hell to get in last time it was here 10 years ago, and happy to be able to pull it off now.
I like it. BA, how about you? What's been the best and worst part about Super Bowl fun and festivities?
Yeah, I'd say the atmosphere. I know, besides that, I made sure to have my shirt clean for the show. I don't know. When we were on radio, I didn't care as much about that, but
awesome.
Yeah, just being around, and when we were heading out onto the ferry to Alcatraz and everything, a bunch of people with their Seahawks gear come up to me and say, "Hey, thanks for Sam Darnold." Now we'll see if they're cursing my name later on today, but for now they're pretty happy about things. I don't know. I'd say maybe the worst thing is probably how I felt Saturday morning after having a couple 13, 14 drinks with this guy next to me.
What has been the wildest thing that you guys have seen? You guys mentioned you already saw Dave Chappelle last night. Maybe something other than that. What's been the wildest thing that you guys have seen since you've been living it up there out in San Fran?
BA, go first on that one.
I don't know. Everything's pretty wild out here. I mean, Chappelle and other performance that I don't.
Oh yeah,
I don't know as much about, so I might have Matt talk about that a little bit.
Good point, BA. Because now Paul knows a little bit more about Bay Area hip hop than Ben does. Dude, we were going. I mean, Ben was enjoying himself, but I was going ham. Okay. I'm usually not one for opening acts. And of course, for a comedy show, they did have other comedians. They had Bill Burr was there. But, usually you don't have, musical guests. And if you do, they're not good. Bro, Paul, we had Too Short and E40. Okay?
No.
It was going nuts. It was, and, it was, and T.I. T.I. showed up at the end.
Wow.
Wow.
T.I. I love it.
And so I'm there, and of course Paul BA doesn't know E40 and tell me when to go, and so I'm like, yo, BA, does Jesus Christ, does he have dreads? No response. It's just like, oh, come on.
Did we blow the whistle? Did we blow the whistle at all? Just saying, did we blow the whistle?
Hell yeah!
Yes, I love that. Oh, that is awesome. All right, get you out here real quick. I know you guys got an Uber to catch in a few minutes. Matt, you already mentioned it there with your final score. Who do you have winning? Any last minute changes? Who's going to be winning? What's going to be the final score?
BA?
I don't know. I just got to give you a hard time. You've seen plenty of championships there, Paul. I don't know. Sam Darnold.
All right.
Sam Darnold will not see any ghosts today. Casper is not in play.
Who's Super Bowl MVP?
Give it to my man Darnold.
All right.
I'm all in.
All right. Fowler, you sticking with?
Listen, I got to go with maybe it's going to work out. Drake May, let's go. It's happening. And by the way, for all these people that are mad about, and like, you know, I'm not from New England, or I don't ride necessarily with Patriots, but I do like excellence, and I always love watching, you know, excellent football, and I always love watching the GOAT. And for all you people that want to come on, New England has so many championships. Shut up. Shut up. Okay? Just, you know what? You're going to play better football. You're going to get nothing and like it.
All I say is we're meeting the gals that work for the Seahawks and not gals that work for the Patriots.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to be a big Seahawks fan for about 45 minutes until I get some phone numbers.
That's another quick question, Fowler, as well. What's got you more questioning your morals as a fan? Seeing a divisional rival in your neck of the woods trying to win in your stadium, or possibly the birth of another dynasty with the Patriots?
Listen, if I was never mad at the dynasty with the Patriots. Okay, so I'm cool with it, and I like Drake May, and I like the system they have there. You know, I like Vrabel. Um, so I have no issue with that. Is it going to stick in my craw if the Seahawks win in the 49ers? I don't really care, and I think that, I mean, from that perspective, I don't care about that. I think that, you know, I mean, it happens. I mean, you know, it's not like you can plan where the Super Bowl is.
Right.
You know, and I mean, did it stick? I mean, it didn't, because they didn't win, but like, would it have stuck in the Raiders' craw that the 49ers came in and beat the Chiefs in their stadium because the Raiders no, who cares, dude?
Well, we certainly do appreciate it. I know
Yeah.
that you guys have got a full day ahead of you here. Of course, you got to get in the Uber down to Santa Clara, check out Levi's and all the fun festivities. Real quick, don't forget to get those who's winning final score as well. Got your chance to win either Seahawks color hat or even a Patriots color hat. Depends on who wins the game here as well. I'll probably double send that to you guys here. Make sure you guys get that in there as part of our Super Bowl special and all that. Any parting words here from you guys before you make your way out to Super Bowl 60?
BA?
enjoy the game at home, guys.
Come on.
Yeah.
Well,
Hell yeah.
Actually, I
was gonna say, you gotta leave them off with something better than that, but that is pretty good. My parting words, be careful about eating in and out and making insanely financially irresponsible, impulsive decisions. Okay.
Stick to Culver's.
Stick to Culver's.
Stick to
Absolutely.
Culver's.
That's a good.
That. I love that. We got Matt Fowler, Ben Aberg, Big BA, and Fowler joining us here. Super Bowl 60, boots on the ground, heading their way to the big game. Fellas, enjoy the ride. Be safe. Have fun. Patriots do win. I expect to see some sort of championship gear in the mail for me. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. You know, a couple of things come loose secondhand. I'm not going to turn anything down.
It's happening. And by the way, when I see Collinsworth later, I'm going to tell him about you, and he's going to say, "Now here's the guy."
More of a Tirico guy myself. So.
All right, we are back, and no, it's we weren't live there, but we are now. We are back live. Yes. Thanks to Matt and Ben for joining. That was a lot of fun, a ton of fun. I mean, they did everything. They went to see Dave Chappelle, Netflix special. Bill Burr was there. Too Short, E40, T.I. Oh, that's crazy. A lot of fun stuff happening in Santa Clara. As Skip Bayless would say, never seen anything quite like it. So we'll see if they send us any videos or stuff like that. We'd love to see it. But anywho, let's get down to it, Voldy. Jared had something to say as the recording was playing. I think it's hilarious. If Tom Brady won't vote for the Patriots, I can't either. Sea Chickens by 17.
Damn.
Coming out hot. J-Man. Coming out hot. Well, he is a new dad now. I mean, he's got twins to take care of and all that stuff. So, he's taking the Sea Chickens. So, right now, Voldy, it's in the chat. Then we'll get to what we currently have. Seahawks are winning with 3 votes in the chats. And again, it's open until then. But we have updates on our doc. Remember, get your picks in. Get those scores and everything like that. You can win Patriots colors or Seahawks colors, whoever wins. So they're both going to go at some, or one of them is going to be the hat that you're going to get. So as it stands right now, 59% of the zoners say the Seattle Seahawks will win. 40% say the New England Patriots will win the Super
Some
Bowl.
believers out there.
Hey, there's believers. There's a lot of people that are rolling with the Patriots, and Seattle. You know, they're rolling with him. They're going with the Darnold train. More on that later. But as we always do on the show, and guys, feel free to, if you have any questions, if you want, like, what do you guys think of this? Just let us know in the chats. We can stop and chat with you too. Starting off, over under. We always do this here on the show for our 6th annual. If I can get the right lower third there, she over under. We do this every year. Voldy, we're starting with our former guy for the Minnesota Vikings, Sam Darnold. We're starting with passing yards. Voldy, are you taking the over or the under? It is at 275. What do you got?
See, I feel like with Sam Darnold, you're definitely going to have to rely on the arm a little bit more than we've seen probably in the last few weeks. Of course, the run game has been effective to say the least, but without Zach Charbonnet in the lineup, that certainly does put a little bit more focus on the passing side of things. I'm going to go the over on Sam Darnold above 275. I'm going to say like 286. 286. Okay.
It's a good number. You got to think with Kenneth Walker the third. You got to look at his rushing stats, and they didn't really utilize him after like the first half against the Rams, and I feel like they're going to try to run the ball, but let's not forget the New England Patriots defense has done really well against the run. They're very good against the pass for sure. Gonzalez and Davis back as corners and whatnot. I mean, these guys are legit. So I almost feel like Sam is going to have to throw a little bit. But if they're going to be successful, and I'm just saying this just in general, Sam Darnold has to hit on all those passes he needs to make downfield, because if they can't and ball gets picked off a couple times, they're going to be passing a lot. They need to establish the run game in order for the Seattle Seahawks to be successful. So, Voldy, I am going to take the over as well. I'm going to go 290 or something like that. Let's put it like that. So, let us know, two zoners, what you guys think. All right, let's switch over to Drake May. Drake May in the AFC Championship game, last game, not many passing yards, but, it was snowing, and it was a absolute, snowstorm happening. But they're in Santa Clara now, and weather's supposed to be pretty good. I haven't heard anything about rain or anything like that, so I'm hearing good things over in Santa Clara. So over under 275 for Drake May Voldy.
I feel like with this one, it's going to be the under for Drake May, but it's still going to be fairly close. I'm going to say like 265 for Drake May. Still going to put up some yards. He's going to have to make some big throws, and at least, going to be, be very smart with the football down the field. So I'm going to go under, but it's still going to be a good enough number for him to get up, at least be modest enough for at least 265 for him.
Yeah, that's a pretty good number there, too. And I think the run game specifically with Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson, we'll get to in a second, I think they're going to have to rely on the run game as well for the offensive side. Now, not saying that the wide receivers or tight ends can get it done. I mean, you're looking at Hunter Henry, who's played very well with Drake May, Stephon Diggs, who we'll talk about in a second as well, Kayshon Boutte. But I think Drake May they're going to have to rely on him passing the ball a little bit more as well in this game. So I'm going to take the under on this. I'm going to go about 250. Let's go with 250 at this point in time, just because I like the under on this, because I think they are going to use Henderson and Stevenson a lot too. Mm-hmm. I noticed in the Seahawks-Rams game, they were giving up some big runs. I will say there were some mistakes that were made, and I'm talking about Reek Woolen too. He's got to keep his head on straight if he's gonna not taunt people and stuff like that. So, but Voldy, you're probably hoping that he does. Yes. But I'll take the under on that too. So. Let's go to the run game here. Kenneth Walker III. I'm just using him specifically because there's no Charbonnet. There's really they've got some guys behind them but it's just you got to go with the guy who's going to get the bulk. And Kenneth Walker III, I have it at over under 100 yards. Voldy, what do you got?
Over under 100 yards. Boy, I'm going to say under for Kenneth Walker. I feel like the Seahawks are going to be in a situation where they might try to rely on the pass game a little bit more early on, and that might just lead to more and more success, or to the point where maybe the run game will get shut down a little bit quicker, so where they're going to have to force the ball a little bit more. So I'm going to say under 100 yards for Kenneth Walker.
Like I said before, the run defense with the Patriots is very good, and I like what they've done with Milton Williams in the middle. Barmore has been very good. Their linebacking core is solid too. I'm going to, it's tough because I feel like they're going to try and find ways. Clint Kubiak, we know Clint Kubiak from being the OC here in Minnesota. And what was Coach Zim always preaching? To run the ball. I think Clint Kubiak's going to try to find ways to run the ball tonight, and I think he's going to use Kenneth Walker a lot. So I am going to take the over on this one. I will take the over. I'll go about 110. Let's just go with 110 on this one. But I think it's going to be tough sledding for the Seahawks at the beginning, but I feel like as the game goes on, guys get a little tired and things like that. It could be a good game for Kenneth Walker. We'll see, but I believe that the Patriots defense will give them some trouble though too. All right, Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. I still have a bone to pick with Mike Vrabel on this. I still don't understand why Travion Henderson isn't being utilized more, but hey, maybe he's saving the best for last. Yes, you got the 32 on. I love it.
This is Devin McCourty, though. That's the
I know that. I figured that when I saw it, I was like, that's got to be Devin McCourty, though, or Jason, or whoever.
I do love Travion. He picked me up in the second half of the season, fantasy-wise, so shout out to Travion.
Well, he's got to use it more, I will say, Mike Vrabel. But Ramondre Stevenson has played pretty well these past few in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
So, Voldy, are you taking the over or under? So I combined both just because however Vrabel does it, it's just yeah. So what do you got?
I'm hammering the over on these two. I feel like with how the season has come along for this running back room with Ramondre, he's the one that got the bulk of the touches in the first 7-8 games of the season. Then we saw Travion get off. He had like 3 touchdowns in one game, and then he just kept rolling from that point. So first half of the season was Ramondre, second half Henderson, and now we're starting to see a little bit more Ramondre Stevenson. He's the freshest out of them. Not saying that he hasn't played all this time, but he's definitely got fresher legs for sure. So that's why we saw him a little bit more in the championship game, a little more ground and pound, obviously, between the two of them. Travion really great out of the backfield too on some of those, screens and all that. I'm going over 100 yards combined between the two of them. I feel like setting up the screens for Travion, Ramondre between the tackles, break out a few big runs is going to be something to keep an eye on for this game also.
I am actually going to take the over on this one too. Now, I think that they're going to have similar offensive schemes here tonight, and I think they're going to try to establish the run to set up, obviously the pass. But I just think that in this game where you have two guys that really haven't or really never played in the Super Bowl before, are going to probably be babied in a little bit these first few drives, unless someone's like, screw it, we're just going to throw it deep, and which the Seahawks do a lot. But I think they're going to use these guys. They're going to be the bell cows today. Ramondre and Travion Henderson, as long as they don't fumble the ball and whatnot. Ramondre Stevenson has been known to fumble the ball. He's been really good these last half of the season, which he's going to have to be good today. So I'll take the over on this one. I'll go 125 since we're doing two players. So let's just go 125 on that. Offensive yards for the Seahawks, the 12s, if you will. Voldy, it's at 300 yards, over or under?
For the Seahawks, total yards, I'll say over. I feel like, like 330 will probably be a decent benchmark for them because, they're going to get some passing yards, obviously, with Darnold, JSN being the big threat out of them, too. Of course, you could see Cooper Kupp get a lot of some of those underneath routes, too, to really set up JSN. I'll go over on the 300 total yards for the Seahawks.
I feel like it's interesting with the Seahawks offense because, they had a hell of a game last game. They had the kick return against the Niners, which set them up nicely, and they kind of live off turnovers. They're the number one defense in the NFL for a reason. But offensively, they were just solid last game and whatnot, and I think that I'm going to hammer the over on this one too because I just think that they're off to a good start as opposed to how they kind of ended the season, and now all of a sudden they're starting to just destroy teams offensively. Not so much. I felt like when they played the Niners, they were just too beat up, like we talked about with Matt, and it just seems to me that Sam Darnold's kind of got it figured out with this offense and how to efficiently get the ball down the field. So I'll take the over on that. All right, offensive yards for the Patriots, 300 as well, over under Voldy.
Boy, this is going to be a tough one. Just based off of what they're able to do offensively, they've been able to put up some numbers throughout the season for sure. And, they've had a few lopsided victories. This one is probably going to be a little bit tougher for them to be at that 300. I'm going to take the under on them, but not by much. I'm going to say like 296 is going to be their total offensive output, but they're going to get very opportunistic with that yardage for sure.
I'm going to take the under as well, only because I feel like the Patriots defense is going to get some turnovers. I think they're going to get at least 2. So I'm gonna say they're going to have good field position. They won't have to go far, but yeah, I'm going to take the under on the Patriots offensive yards. Give me like 285 or something like that. Let's just go with that.
I like it.
Let's go to the wide receivers for a second. JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigma, over under 100 yards. Voldy, what do you got?
Yes, I'm taking the over on that. He's going to be a big target right off the bat, even matching up against Christian Gonzalez, most likely on a lot of these routes too. I feel like he is definitely going to be a little bit more favorable in some of these matchups for sure, but I'll definitely take him over 100 yards.
I think this is probably the easiest one. I'm taking the over on this too because, look, this guy can run routes like nobody's business. Very similar to our guy, Justin Jefferson. But I just feel like he just put the Rams through a blender last game. And I think it's going to be tough for the Patriots, but they're going to have him in motion and things like that. Maybe do a couple screens here and there. But I think he finds ways to get open, and it's going to be easy for Sam Darnold to deliver. I will go easily the over on that. Let's look at the defense for a second here, Voldy. Seahawks over under 3 sacks. What do you got?
See, this one's a little bit tricky in my mind because we know what the offensive line for the Patriots, they do have a couple of rookies starting. Obviously, Will Campbell at the left tackle spot. You've got some interior help that is more than experience, and a lot of the interior for the Seahawks is where a lot of their pressure comes from. And, man, I'm going to say, because if they can protect Drake May, they're going to be able to do a lot of things. You know what? I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take the under. I'm going to say 2.5 on the sacks for the Seahawks.
I feel like, you mentioned the interior. We all know Garrett Bradbury. He's had trouble with interior pressure for most of his career, and that's not due to lack of effort or anything. It's just his size. But they've been able to keep Drake May upright, and he's mobile, so that helps a lot. I'm going to go under as well, Voldy. I'm going to go 2 sacks for sure, just because, the Seattle's pass rush, Boye Mafe, former Gopher, by the way, Leonard Williams, they have a lot of guys that can rush the passer, and they get after you. They've done a fantastic job. I mean, you saw what they did to the Vikings earlier this year too, and it's just, we don't need to talk about that though. But they're a good team. So yeah, I'm gonna take the under on that as well. So this one's kind of a fun one. Sam Darnold over under 30 rushing yards. What do you got?
I'm going to say over because I feel like he's going to have to move around a little bit. Obviously we'll talk about it here with the Patriots defense on their sack total, but I feel like there's going to be good enough pressure in just different ways that the pressure from the D-line and the linebackers of the Patriots are able to create enough pressure on Darnold that he's going to have to, obviously move out of the pocket and maybe try to run as opposed to try to force one a few different ways. So I'll take the over on the rush yards for him.
I am going to take the under. I will take the under on this one just because I feel like, Sam, he's been sacked a handful, I will say. And I feel like the Patriots are going to do a really good job at getting to Sam Darnold. So I think I'm going to take the under on that. I felt it was kind of an interesting one just because, we've seen Sam run and he's not like a statue, like, say Tom Brady, but, and that's not a knock, it's just the truth. I just think he'll pass it. But he might be under duress. Maybe he turns into Michael Vick. Who knows? No, I'm just kidding. A.J. Barner. I feel like this one is an interesting one just because
it is.
I think that no one's talking about this. And my question to you, is he going to score a touchdown tonight, Voldy? What do you got?
Yes, I'm going to say yes. I think A.J. Barner does, just based off of, there's going to be so much focus on JSN and even a little bit more Cooper Kupp too, especially at this stage, that A.J. Barner is going to get lost in the shuffle, because beyond those two guys with JSN and Cooper Kupp, who's the other big name threat that they do have? And A.J. Barner is certainly up there for sure. I'm going to say yes, he does end up scoring a touchdown.
There you have it. I will too. I'm going to say he does too, just because I feel like he is underutilized. I feel like if he got more targets and stuff, he'd be really damn good. And he's got that touchdown celebration where it's like dun dun dun, and then he just bang, just like a big old spike. But not sure what it's called. We'll have to figure that out. But I think he's going to score a touchdown tonight. Cooper Cup. This is the last one of Seahawks, and we're going to go more Patriots focus after this one. Cooper Cup, over, under 70 yards. You know, he's a little long in the tooth now. He's a little long in the tooth, and we kind of noticed that. But he's still making plays. I mean, you know, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I'm going to, or I ask you, Voldy, excuse me, over, under 70 yards for Cooper Cup.
I'm going to say under on Cooper Cup, not because of the fact that he's an old man at this point, but I feel, you know, and a lot of these are going to be field-based answers too, and
Sure.
He's still going to get his catches for sure. He's going to find ways to get open, but I think it's definitely going to be under 70 yards, but they're going to be very effective yards, I feel, with his play today.
I feel like a lot on third downs, if it's short yardage, they're going to try to find ways to dump it to him.
Yep.
Whatnot. So I'm going to take the under as well. I just think that there's too many good corners on the Patriots that I feel like will keep them in check just because JSN will command a lot of attention, and Barner I feel like is going to get some catches as well. All right, Patriots based. There's been a guy that just kind of came up and has done really well. Kayshon Boutte. Booty, rocking everywhere. Will he score the Patriots' first touchdown? And if not, who do you have scoring the first Patriots touchdown, Voldy?
If I were to put my money on who was going to score the first touchdown, Kayshon Boutte would certainly be a quality choice in a lot of people's minds. But I'm going to say no. I don't think he's going to score the first touchdown. I think he will score a touchdown. Yeah. But the first touchdown, Pop Douglas. DeMario Pop Douglas is going to score the first touchdown for the Patriots today.
Ooh, that's a sneaky one. I like it. Actually, I put this question together, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to say Kayshon Boutte gets the first Patriots touchdown. I will give it that. I just think, you know, Drake May really has a connection with him. You could see it throughout the season. And there's been some games, there's been some rough runs, but he's found other guys like a Hunter Henry or our guy, former guy, Stephon Diggs. I'm going to take Kayshon Boutte. First Patriots touchdown. Speaking of Stephon Diggs, over or under 100 yards, the former Viking, Bill, Texan. What do you have, Stephon Diggs? Over or under 100 yards, Voldy?
Over 100 yards receiving. Now, will he get in the end zone? That's a tough decision in my mind, that will he or won't he get into the end zone or not. But I feel like this is a game here that he might get lost in the shuffle. I don't know what it is. Will there be a lot of focus on stopping the run to force the pass against Drake May? But then you have Kayshon Boutte, you've got Pop Douglas, you've got Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper as well. Maybe Stephon's the guy that gets lost in out of all of this, even though people say he's washed up. He's not what he used to have. Of course, he's still got the bum knee, and now I think today will be a reckoning for him. And I say over 100 yards. Got to keep Cardi B happy for sure so he can get some more of those post-game rants out of her. It would be fantastic.
Well, you know, Stephon Diggs, I've always had a positive outlook for Stephon Diggs. I feel like, you know, he's misunderstood and stuff like that. You know, Stephon Diggs, I feel this year has, you know, proven that he can still get it done, but to the extent that he did with the Bills, Vikings, Texans until he got hurt, you know, it is what it is. But I feel like Stephon Diggs has taken his role as a leader here on the New England Patriots. He's dealing with this off-the-field stuff, which isn't great right now as well, but I don't think that's on his mind at all. So, you know, I hate to do it, but I'm going to take the under on this one. I'll probably say like 85, though. I mean, I just feel like they know Stephon Diggs can pop off any second. I believe that, at least. But you know, I just feel like Stephon's he's gonna work his ass off. I mean, he's been waiting a long time to get to this moment, and you saw those games against when he was with the Bills and obviously the Vikings, 2017. We don't need to talk about that one. But I think Diggsy's going to be ready to roll. But touchdown, I don't know, Voldy. I don't know. That's interesting. We got people zoning in here. Molly, not sure.
Me neither.
Okay. Sea Chickens, K9 gets first study. Okay, that's fine.
All right, I like it.
I like it.
Respect.
Okay, it must have been 2. All right, Voldy, the Patriots defense, over or under 3 sacks today? What do you got?
I'm going to say over. I'm going to say 4 sacks for the Patriots defense. They're going to find ways that, like I mentioned earlier, getting creative with the defense, obviously, with Vrabel being a defensive-minded coach. The defense this season has really picked things up in a lot of different areas, especially as the season has come along and really identified themselves. You saw how things ended up in the AFC Championship game, given the adverse conditions and the ability to not really throw the ball in that weather. Christian Gonzalez gets a key pick late, and being able to force the quarterback on pressure and a lot of errant throws too. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say over 3 sacks to the Patriots.
I'm taking the over as well.
Hammer the over.
I am taking the over as well. Look, I think I feel like Seattle's offensive line is good. But I have an issue with one player specifically, and that's that guard. I think it's Bradford something or whatnot. I watched some tape on this guy when he played the Vikings, and he absolutely got worked by Jalen Redmond. Now, saying because Jalen Redmond's that good and whatnot, but I just feel like Barmore and Milton Williams are going to smell blood. And I feel like they're going to get to Sam Darnold a little bit. And, it's going to be them winning their one-on-one matchups, depending on if he gets double-teamed and everything. I'm looking at that guard spot. I think the Patriots are going to exploit that a lot. So it's going to be interesting to see what transpires. But, yeah, I'll take the over on that too, Foldy. I think that's a good one. Let's get to the points, and then we'll get to this or that. Seahawks team total, all right? Over, under 22.5 points. Are we taking the over or under on the Seahawks? Voldy, what do you got?
Boy, this is a tough one for me because I've been bouncing back and forth with scores ultimately, and I'm going to say now immediate gut reaction, I'm going to take the under on points for the Seahawks on today's contest. But I'm not going to give you a number quite yet because we're going to be getting to that here in a little bit.
Well, I will say, sorry, I was looking at the awesome seats that Matt and Ben have right now, and it's pretty nice. I'll try to download it and show it to you guys here. I just feel like this is going to be low scoring for some reason. I don't know why, but it just feels like it's going to be. But I'm taking the over on this just a little bit. So I'll take the over for the Seahawks. Let's go Patriots here. Voldy, over, under. What do you got?
Over. I'm going to take the over on the Patriots today. Yep.
That is pretty good. I'm going to take the over. And again, just by a little bit. And you'll see in a second as well when we make our predictions. But last one, kind of the fun one here, we like to do and what a lot of people like to do with the prop bets. What color Gatorade is going to be dumped tonight? Voldy, purple, red, yellow, green? I don't know. What do you got? Orange?
I'm going to say orange. I feel like orange is a good neutral color between these two. So I'm going to say the orange Gatorade.
Okay. Give me yellow. Yellow's my favorite color for sure. But I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be lemon lime tonight. That's just how I don't know. It could be different for either side. Who knows? All right, Voldy, hit us with the super edition of Super Bowl This or That. What do you got?
Usually we keep things kind of the same here with Super Bowls and, of course, this or that. Let's start off. Of course, we are going to just go out right off the bat. Better city between the two, Seattle or Boston. Now, we're not doing Foxborough because it is Boston. Was Boston or Seattle?
Yeah.
Which is the better?
Well, I will say I've never been to either.
Okay.
I feel like Seattle, it's nice out when it's, you know, you have the sun and everything like that, but then it rains a lot too. Mm-hmm. More historical pieces and everything like that in Boston, just kind of the aura there. I'm going to take Boston. I feel like Boston's the better city. So, Voldy, what do you got?
Boston, without a shadow of doubt. I've been there a handful of times. Never been to Seattle. Heard nice things. Nothing. Seattle.
Yeah.
I'd love
to go.
Seattle.
Yeah.
My wife has some cousins out in Washington, so definitely wouldn't mind going out there, visit some extended family. They're a good time as well. So I'm going to say Boston regardless. So
we'll take it.
Better sports teams of the Big Four franchise. You could throw a couple extras in there. Of course, NHL, NBA, MLB, as well the NFL. Of course, there are a few other teams you could throw in there. You could throw in, the Boston Fleet with the PWHL, the Seattle Sounders of the, MLS in there also. Which city which area has the better sports teams?
Well, this is easy. It's Boston. Look at the chips and everything like that over there. I mean, especially for the Major Four. But I just feel like there really hasn't been a city comparable. Maybe LA, I guess you could throw in there as well. But I just feel like it's tough. I mean, Seattle's got good teams. It's not like they don't. It's just you got to go with Boston in this one, so I'll go with Boston sports teams.
When your city can boast in the airport of one of the main terminals, I believe it's at Logan Airport, of all the banners the city has won from olden times to today, I feel like that gives you a slight advantage. So definitely Boston with the better sports teams.
Easy enough. Next one.
We go here. Better food staples. Now, Seattle is a little bit tough here to come up with something, but of course, Boston, New England clam chowder, lobster rolls, or do we go, of course, a little bit of some fresh fish from Pike Place, or Starbucks coffee, which is the better of the food staples?
Well, I'm not big on any of these, to be honest. I'm not even a coffee drinker, per se. I do like a good hot chocolate, don't get me wrong. But, I'm not really a big fish guy. Lobster, I've had maybe once or twice. So I'll go with clam chowder, lobster rolls, just because, I'm not really big into fresh or the fish scene. Every time they do that fish it's like, how many times you got to show people that we've seen it before? Like, you're just tossing a big old fish, we've seen it. Anyway, I'll go with
the time that Randy Moss caught one-handed, though. I'm just saying.
No, that's a different story. That's Randy Moss. So, Voldy, what do you got?
Getting back really quickly to that, too. That was also on the same, I believe, Monday Night Countdown where guys that were parachuting down onto the field for, the opening ran into, what's her name? She used to be the host, gal.
Michelle Tafoya?
No.
Susie Colbert?
Susie Colbert, thank you. It was Susie. Yeah, she almost got ran over by one of them in the process. Like, they landed a little bit short and literally landed right behind them as they were coming down on the field. Getting back to the question, though, a good hot bowl of New England clam chowder and a good lobster roll is definitely the way to go. But I'm not hating on Starbucks. I'm more of a Scooter's coffee guy myself. But can't go wrong with either one of those for sure. But clam chowder, lobster rolls are the way for me.
All right, next one.
We go to better fans. Now, we talk about here, of course, the entitledness, if you will, of New England fans versus, maybe a little bit homely, if you will, with Seattle fans, maybe not as obnoxious as New England fans. Which of the fan bases is more we'll say better in the area of just overall pleasantness, if you will.
This is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel, the whole 12 thing, it's always 12 this, 12 that, 12 this, 12 that, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Granted, anytime they have a home game, it is always tough to play there. I mean, but somehow the Vikings end up always having to play there.
Always.
It's been a theme on this show for years now, is Vikings playing at Seattle. Vikings playing at Seattle. Anyway, but it is a very hard place to play, I will say. I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But you look at New England, I just feel like, the Patriots have been spoiled for a long time now. And they've been, it's not like I'm saying the fans are bad by any means, because they're not. I think, Voldy, obviously, I mean, you're not going to, rub it in people's faces unless they rub it in yours, and then you're going to get, the whole deal.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the 12s. I will go with the 12s here.
Okay.
I think they're very loyal. I think there's a lot. I mean, not to say that Foxborough isn't a hard place to play, because it is a hard place to play.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like there's just a lot with Seattle. I'll go with the 12s. What do you got?
The statement, a case can be made for obviously the 12s, just how loud it is, how, it's always a tough place to play there. And I can definitely get on that side. Better fans when it comes to obviously being proud of your team and maybe a little bit more on the obnoxious side. I got to ride with my guys here. I got to go with Patriots fans for sure. Just off of, obviously the championships do come, and obviously the obnoxiousness comes along with it. But got to stay with my
Gotta go with the
my
team.
team and the fans as well.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, I understand that. It's just one of those things where it's like, there's like, oh, they're so insufferable. It's like, no, Chiefs fans are insufferable. Have you met Austin Hanley, for goodness sake? Yeah, I don't know. But it's tough. It's hard to say. So, next one, Voldy.
So we'll go with better legendary players. Now we look at, of course, some of the past and present players of the, Seattle Seahawks. You look at the days of maybe Jim Zorn. You look at Steve Largent. You look at Sean Alexander. Maybe you look at the Legion of Boom, Matt Hasselbeck, Marshawn Lynch, just to name a handful there. But on the other side, you look at New England back in the day, maybe Steve Grogan. You've got Matt Hasselbeck's dad, who was a tight end for the Patriots. Sadly, did pass away in the last year. Of thoughts and prayers out to the Hasselbeck family on that. Then, of course, you go to the years more present with, of course, Willie McGinnis. You go Drew Bledsoe, Ty Law. You go, of course, the first dynasty with Tom Brady. You go even Julian Edelman, Teddy Bruschi, Mike Vrabel. You go Richard Seymour. I mean, as I go further and further, obviously I'm going to know more names because I'm a fan of the team, but which franchise has the better players? Or the better legendary players, I should say.
Yeah. Because I feel like when you're comparing the two, I feel like back in the day, it's more, you would say Seahawks. But as of recent memory and the dynasties and everything like that, it's hard not to say Patriots. And I think that is the case. I will take the Patriots on that. Tom Brady, Belichick, Kraft, Vrabel, obviously, McGinnis, Bruschi, Law, Ty Law. I mean, the list goes on. Not saying because I love Beast Mode. Love Sean Alexander when he was playing over there. John Randall played a little bit there in Seattle for
Morris Jackson played for Seattle.
Percy Harvin. And
Super Bowl.
Yeah, unfortunately. But more on that in a little bit. But I'm going to go with the Patriots. I just feel like there's enough history there as opposed to Seattle. So, Voldy, what do you got?
Okay. Better stadium, of course. Well, I should say, I probably should give my answer. It's obviously the Patriots.
Patriots, right, yeah. Easy enough.
Been around a lot longer. Obviously going to have more legendary players, obviously, with the growth of the team and the championships on top of it. I'll go with the Patriots, too. Now moving on to better stadium. You got whatever name their field is nowadays.
Let's take a
Lumen
look.
Field, I think it
It
is.
used
I
to
think it's
be,
called.
wasn't it?
It used to be Lumen. I don't know what it is anymore. It used to be Quest Field. I remember that. It's gone through a whole bunch of different iterations. Or you have good old Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Which of the two is the better stadium?
Okay, so it's the Pro Shop at Lumen Field.
Okay, Lumen
What
Field.
the hell is...
No,
just call
that
it...
can't be right. I think
Wait
you're
a
talking-
minute. Time
I
out.
think maybe the pro shop is like where you get, souvenirs and stuff. So
Yeah, see, yeah, it might be. Or maybe I'm wrong on that stadium. Lumen. Yeah, it is Lumen Field. Okay, it is Lumen
Okay,
Field.
it was right. Okay,
What the hell?
there you go. Lumen Field or Gillette Stadium.
I just feel like Lumen Stadium is so, like... I don't know. I just feel it's so different from everyone else's. I feel like I've always liked that. Obviously, looking at Gillette, I feel like there's a lot of history there, and obviously, and I assume they've made renovations during that time too. I got to go with Lumen Field. I've always liked the Seattle Seahawks Stadium per se. I don't like the Vikings playing there all the time, but I'll go with Lumen Field. What do you got, Voldy?
Both obviously do weirdly have a special place in my heart. Never been to Gillette. I've been outside of Gillette. I've driven by it before, and I've always wanted to take maybe, if not a tour, at least step on inside and take a look at, for sure, greatness in that. Of course, they've made some updates with some, below ground suites and all that. They've made a few updates, obviously some statues out front with Tom Brady too. And then you have Lumen Field on the other side. Certainly, for opponents, a house of horrors with just how loud the 12s get over there. I have always enjoyed watching at least a game that, whenever Seattle's on TV, just to see who the matchup's going to be and how the opponent is going to have to face up against that loud 12th man that they've got there. I gotta go Gillette. I'm going Gillette here. Can't go against my team.
I figured as much. No worries. Next one.
Better team mascot, of course, Blitz the Seahawk or Pat the Patriot. Which is the better team mascot?
Man, it's kind of a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like both have very. I feel like both of them are very iconic for sure. I just feel. This is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. I did think about this. Give me Patriot Pat. I feel like I've seen.
There you go.
I feel like I've seen the Blitz here and there, but I don't see him enough, I feel like. And that's just me. I mean, I could be wrong, completely wrong on that, but I don't know. I just, Patriot Pat's been around a while. And, I'm going to go with Patriot Pat.
I like it. Simple, short, sweet, to the point. Patriot Pat all the way. Better uniforms. Now, great. We got robbed in this matchup. We could have had the throwback uniform of the centuries in this matchup with the Patriot Pat Reds versus the old school, blue and green of Seattle in this Super Bowl matchup. But both of them going all white versus all blue with their traditional, uniforms as well. But which team has the better uniforms?
Well, I hate to do this, Voldy, but I gotta go with Seattle, man. I like the green highlighter ones. I've always liked those. I like the way those look. I do like their gray, the gray that they have too. The blue. I mean, obviously the blue too. I've always liked their color scheme ever since they kind of revamped their jerseys and everything like that. I feel like that's gone in a lot. Hey, there's Tate. Yeah. Chilling, eating, getting ready for the Super Bowl. We love it. Give me the I will. I'm gonna go with Seattle. I hate to do it. Not saying the Patriots have bad ones by any means. They've got some really good ones. So I will go Seattle. Voldy, Tate, what do you got?
I mean, obviously, the better uniforms are going to belong to New England for sure. The red with the white helmets, absolutely my favorite. The Nor'easters that they got this year and are undefeated in as well. That's always great to have there in the flux of uniforms. Of course, the new uniforms that they had that used to be their color rush uniforms with the obviously the red and navy stripes across the top. Give me New England with their uniforms for sure.
Mama.
Fair enough. I like it.
Mama.
Next
And
one.
then, yep, the last one before the big question: better helmets, Seattle or New England? Now we're gonna go with the helmets here with this, with their current uniform choice here for the
Okay.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I gotta go with Seattle again. I like the makeup. The Seattle Seahawk logo is just iconic. I feel like, and not saying the Patriots aren't. The Patriots aren't as iconic. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it too. But I don't know. I like the scheme based on the style and everything like that. That's just my deal with it. So, Voldy, what do you got?
I got also New England. The Flying Elvis obviously is the better of the two for sure. I do like, when they first came out, Seattle with the update on their helmets. I definitely respected it for sure, and I thought it was definitely a lot different than what we saw. But I mean, come on, it's New England all the way for sure.
Tate's like pointing at me like to pick or something like that. I'm not sure what's going on. No. All right, ask it. Do it.
And the big question out of it all, of course, it's the one that we always look at, especially when a championship comes through for a non-Minnesota team. Which former Minnesota Vikings / Minnesota athlete is more deserved to win the Super Bowl? For the New England side of things, we've got Garrett Bradbury, Stephon Diggs, Josh Dobbs is the backup quarterback, Trent Sherfield Sr. is on the practice squad, Verdarian Lowe, Cyrus Tonga, and Zach Gibbons, who's a starting linebacker for them, is a former Gopher as well for the New England Patriots. Now, on the other side for Seattle, Sam Darnold, Chaz Surratt, who played a season for the Vikings, Cam Akers is on the practice squad, Shaquille Griffin is on the practice squad, Nick Collerup, former Gopher, Boye Mafe, former Gopher as well, and you have Ty Okada, who was on the practice squad, has been bouncing back and forth between getting cut, practice squad starting this season. He actually went to East Ridge High School, believe it or not. Which of this group for either side is more deserved to win a Super Bowl?
I mean, looking at these, obviously the big names in this are Darnold, Bradbury, Diggs, Dobbs. I guess you could throw in just because Cam Akers, I'll throw there too. I've been going back and forth on this just because there are I feel a lot of Minnesota veterans on this squad, both squads. The big one is Darnold, obviously, and people, whether they like it, whether they hate it, and everything like that. Just because Garrett Bradbury, Stephon Diggs, not really Josh Dobbs, because I felt like he just was here for a hot second because we needed a quarterback desperately. But I gotta say, I feel like it's got to be Bradbury, Diggs, and those guys. Just because Stephon knows exactly what happened. I mean, after the Minneapolis Miracle, you have Stephon Diggs, the iconic moment, but then the next week you get smushed. And I feel like that hurts a lot for Stephon, especially against with the Bills and how well they did. As well, Bradbury with us, it's seen some of those moments as well. Sam Darnold, well, it was pretty bad last year, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Patriots guys right now. I just feel like they've kind of gone through it a little bit more, whereas, the others, but some of them are on the practice squad, like Cam Akers and Shaquille Griffin. So give me the Patriots, guys. So Voldy, who do you got?
I mean, you can make strong cases for everybody. Obviously, with Sam Darnold's journey to get to this point, starting in a Super Bowl, you've got to give him respect to it. I mean, you've got guys like Nick Collerup, and of course Boye Mafe, former Gopher legends in their own right that have certainly made their own. Cam Akers, who was bouncing back and forth with the Vikings and a few other teams the last couple of years, made his name. Shaquille Griffin was a complete write-off up until last season. And of course, he's found his way into championship level team. But on the other side with the Vikings, Garrett Bradbury at center, completely written off by the Vikings, the point that they just let him go. He ends up getting signed by New England. He's the guy that is snapping the ball to Drake May, who should be MVP, but that's a different story for a different day. And of course, you got Stephon Diggs. Of course, an unceremonious end to his time in Minnesota. Gets traded to Buffalo. He has a few good years. Ultimately, falling out there. Goes to Houston, blows out his knee. Now ends up in New England, where it was a little bit of a rough start, but obviously has bounced back in a big way to get him back into championship level caliber and playing in a Super Bowl. Josh Dobbs, another guy, bounced around a lot, trying to make team to team, but has certainly found his way, being in a backup role for sure. And the list goes on and on. Zach Gibbons was another guy, former Gopher too, and now he's a linebacker, and obviously looked at as a guy that can lead a defense from that linebacking spot. Give me the New England guys for sure, more deserving to win a Super Bowl, but definitely would not be upset from either side winning, especially with the group that they have.
Yeah, I would not be either. It's, to be honest, I've gotten past the point of, they were with us, whatever. They deserve it. You should enjoy that. I mean, it'll be that much sweeter when the Vikings get there and whatnot, Just saying. Maybe. Someday. All right. It's that time. This is probably one of the most, my favorite at least, is the predictions segment. The predictions segment has been iconic on this show. But this year for Voldy, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to know who he's going to pick. But Voldy, unless you're turning heel like John Cena did earlier this year or last year, whatever it was. Voldy, tell me why your New England Patriots are going to win Super Bowl 60.
You look at the journey of this team and you look at a lot of similarities, and a lot of things people keep pointing out is the 2001 New England Patriots. Coming into it, not really sure what the quarterback situation is going to be. You've got a head coach that was a previous head coach. Didn't work out the first go around. Maybe had a couple of, decent seasons, but ultimately did not get the job done at his first go around. Mike Vrabel comes in, second year, has led this team to a Super Bowl. You look at the offense, led by a young burgeoning quarterback that was highly touted. Well, I'm not going to say that the first go around was a highly touted quarterback, but made himself highly touted. A young offensive mind, young offense that does have some, not outlandishly great names, but names that are certainly recognizable to the New England area and have made plays when they needed to. On the other side of the ball, you've got a defense that is opportunistic, that does something when they get the ball in their hands, turns it into points, whether on their own or setting up their offense to be able to do it on their side of the ball when called upon. Then you look at this matchup as a whole with Seattle. You look at it and say, the Seattle should run away with this game. New England has no business being in the Super Bowl, and everybody talking about how the NFC Championship game was the Super Bowl as well. And now this one should just be a cakewalk for everybody up in the great Northwest. Sounds very similar to the 2001 Super Bowl between the Rams and the Patriots, the greatest show on turf. A quarterback that could sling the ball, gets his guys open in space, knows how to rack up points when needed. And, well, the first go around ended up being a nail-biting finish, and this one could quite possibly be. Now, if you look at the Patriots as a whole, offense, not going to blow your socks out of the water unless properly set up, maybe with some turnovers or converting when they need to in key situations. Now, the defense, if they are able to win the battle, get to the quarterback, first force turnovers, set up their offense in plus position, this should be a real nail-biting contest as a whole. So looking at it with this caveat of being very similar, to the Super Bowl in 2001, I'm going to say New England wins 23-17. New England defeats the Seattle Seahawks.
Well said, Voldy. The Patriots are going to be, let's see, now it'd be their 7th, right? If I'm not mistaken, in team history. So that's, I mean, it's going to be a fun game nonetheless. But that's a good prediction. I like it. As for me, I've literally taken 2 weeks. I've gone back and forth. I try to convince myself of both sides, and it's like, okay, I'm kind of split because I'm not a big fan of what people are saying about how Seattle's just going to just absolutely destroy the Patriots. The Patriots haven't played anybody good. The Patriots say can't do it. Listen, they won the games they needed to win. They won those games. They didn't make the schedule and everything like that. They won those games. They went and they beat the Texans. By the way, the Texans' defense was probably a little bit better than the Patriots, but they still won that game, so it doesn't matter. You can't discount that fact. No one thought the Seattle Seahawks, I said this last week, that they were going to be where they are today. Nobody thought that. I mean, especially Sam Darnold behind there. You'd think, okay, playoff team probably out first, second round. No, they're that damn good. They have one of the top defenses. Sam Darnold's played out of his mind, which, it sucks. It pinches a nerve just a little bit. But looking at the history of our picks, as of recent, I've been pretty good. Last year I picked the Eagles. The year before that, what was that one? Was it Chiefs, Niners, I think? Yeah, Chiefs, Niners. I took the Chiefs as well. So I got a little streak going. So it's kind of nice. I like that. But, you gotta take some chances. You gotta, kind of go with your gut and whatnot. So this game's going to be a close game. As we look at it, we mentioned the former Vikings players on each squads. I know some people won't be fans of the whole Sam Darnold. They should have kept him. I don't want to get into that. Look, if he wins it, he wins it. So be it. But I'm looking at this Patriots team. I'm looking at how Mike Vrabel has kind of willed this team to the big game. And you can kind of sit back and, decipher it all you want and see, what, this kind of is. And, I'm looking at the Patriots and I'm just like, damn, this defense is good enough to win it. Drake May has been everything that they were hoping he'd be, and he's only going to get better, right? So, it's hard not to look at that team and say they can beat Seattle. They can definitely beat Seattle. And like all the things we mentioned earlier, I just feel like this team is, it's very similar, like you said, Voldy, to the 2001 Patriots when they played the greatest show on turf and whatnot. So, I don't want to be a guy that is wrong on this, and it's like, just go take the underdog and everything like that. It's going to be an interesting game, and it will be. It's going to be a close game. It's not going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, I will say, but it might. Who knows? Don't let the number fool you per se. I still believe Stephon Diggs is going to have a very good game. That's why, I look at this and I think he's due. He's due for one. And the fact of the matter is Garrett Bradbury, same thing, Karstanga, some of these other guys and whatnot. But that is not the case. No, it is not. I am going with the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, the Seahawks are going to win Super Bowl 60, 24-23. Yes, I have turned heel. I have put it on. Yes. Forget the Wilson thing. Pretend it's like a Darnold or something. I am taking the Seahawks in this matchup today. Sam Darnold will get his Super Bowl. I hate to do it. I hate to do it, but I look at that team and I'm just like, they're good, man. Oh yeah, I'll give it. I'll help you out. I know. I don't know. I just feel like there's just enough. I feel like they're evenly matched, but just by a point. So.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Yeah, that's right.
He's done with you.
He's done. He's done with me. Yeah.
He's like, bye. Hang up. We're done.
Bye.
Ruined it for
But
everybody.
the one thing that I did see before the show, I don't know if you saw this, Foldy. Sam Darnold's record against the Patriots not great. He has thrown only 1 touchdown and 9 interceptions in those meetings, but they were with mostly the Jets. But that could change. And like I said before the show, I got a bad feeling. That Sam Darnold's just going to, but we'll see what happens. Either way, I'm not going to feel a certain way whoever wins. So I got Seattle 24-23. So.
Okay.
All right, that's what we got. That's going to do it. That is our Super Bowl special 6th annual. Yes. Thank you for joining us today, Zoners. We will be back Wednesday to discuss the fallout of that game. And who knows, will my win streak be alive? We'll see. It's going to be interesting. So enjoy the game. Enjoy the halftime show. Enjoy everything in regards to the Super Bowl. Commercials, the whole deal. Enjoy it with your family. And, by the way, get those picks in. Yes.
All the way up until kickoff.
Yep, all the way up until kickoff. You have time. If you haven't done it already, you can do it like right now, as I like to say. And you can win those. You can win the Patriots side of things, or you could wear the Seahawks as well. Colors, whoever wins the game, one of those will be sent to you. So as it stands right now, Voldy, it's still Seahawks over Patriots. We'll see how it goes. Who's going to get the hat? Who knows? We'll take a look. But anyway, guys, enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy it with your family and whatnot. And we'll see you Wednesday. So, as always, remember, folks, keep in the zone.
Holla.
Thank you for watching MinneZona Sports Live. Join us Wednesdays at 7 p.m. for live show broadcast. And as Voldy likes to say, follow us on all the socials medias.